Well, Mexico has always been like really, you know, a special place for us. Mainly because the fans seem to be so passionate, more so than a lot of places we go. So it's always a real comforting thing for us to come to Mexico. We always know that we have some really loyal fans here. So it's a special place.
I don't know. I think that this record, probably more than anything we've done in the past, is probably less able to kind of boil down or define, because we kind of intentionally wanted to do a lot of different things with it from song to song. But I think probably one of the main ideas we had that we really wanted to do with this record was to make kind of a really raw, kind of brash guitar, garagey kind of record, but then underneath it kind of having this kind of shimmering, sparkling synthesizer, almost soundtrack. So I think that happens on a lot of the songs. So it's kind of the combination of those two ideas.
Well, it wasn't difficult, it just, it took a bit more time, you know? That's kind of, I guess that's what made it not so difficult, is we had time to do it, you know? And I think if we didn't have time, it would be hard to make a record full of subtleties and, you know, just little soft moments, you know? I think if we had a lot of pressure to make a record, we might just make another sort of like indie rock record. So we wanted to do something that wasn't as predictable, you know, and only time would allow it, you know, having lots of time. So, you know, we took 3 years essentially, you know, from coming off tour to finishing the record, which is a lot, you know. We put out 2 records and an EP while we were on the road, so this was a totally different animal. But it proved to us to be, it was really worth taking the time out, you know.
Well, it actually was a little difficult for us because we consider ourselves sort of more studio. We feel more at home in the studio, and we're not really live musicians. I mean, we are. It's our job, but
it's not our passion so much.
And because we spent so much time on this record, it ended up having a lot of little intricacies and little parts that we probably didn't really have in the past. So then after we finished making the record, it was kind of a real task to translate what we had just done to live. It took a lot longer, I think, than it ever had before.
We always prefer indoor shows, but that said, we've had some really amazing moments at big festivals, you know. It's a totally different thing that we don't really understand, but we're always grateful when we're asked to play and when kids show up. It's really cool.
Hi, I'm Jacob.
I'm Johnny.
We're the drums, and you're watching WARP TV.